series. Corki ban, Fiora ban, starting to see the series really evolve after 2 close games.
Yep, no surprise there. On blue side, you get to do those target bans, and #1 target is high. Gonna take that Corki ban. Jace actually banning out the carry from the top side in case Balls wanted to go with that look. Even though FlyQuest have been pretty stern to sticking to that line of tank on top, Maokai whenever they can get it, Balls playing front line.
Certainly have. We'll see what the final ban for TL is after Jace. Rise was banned for FlyQuest, so it kind of seems relatively straightforward. Team Liquid, I think, are thinking about what they want their first pick to be, but once again, have to ban Camille on the blue side. And that leaves an easy Cassiopeia ban for FlyQuest, who you would normally think would have to give away something like Camille. They've kind of given away LeBlanc here and Rengar, but I think FlyQuest are happy to take whichever one Team Liquid don't get.
Yeah, I mean, do they jump on the Syndra ban already? Ashe is also premier pick. I wouldn't be surprised to go for the Rengar because Rengar's gone through. Yep, there it is. You do get criticized quite a lot if you don't go for that first, but LeBlanc means that Syndra loses some value, so gonna go with the jungle, gonna go with the Rengar, and immediately right back to that front line for FlyQuest. Picking up that for Balls. Let's see how good Reignover's Rengar is, because yes, Rengar is in a great state right now. Super ridiculously strong, but Reignover at All-Stars at least went with full tank Rengar and wasn't really impressed by his empowered W usages either, because, you know, as strong as Rengar is, a lot of the power comes from, you know, being able to decide when exactly to use your empowered Qs versus your empowered Ws to get you out of CC. And yes, generally in the late game, you're going to want the CC immunity, but he actually has some room to grow for as far as the Rengar play does go. Going to get a chance here, though. And High gets his LeBlanc.
Yeah, this is actually juicy the way the draft developed. So LeBlanc was the pick for FlyQuest, Nautilus for the tank v tank top. Golden Glue says, okay, I challenge you. Katarina now mid lane. Ashe seems like it's kind of open, but they don't want to get pinched in jungle. So now as we move into the second ban phase, I wonder where they're going to go. Because I thought for sure FlyQuest would take Ashe and just target poor Piglet.
No, we got some big guns in this game, Pastry. The Rengar, Katarina, LeBlanc, Kha'Zix, normal front line there with the Nautilus and Maokai, but man, there are some very high-powered champions here. A lot of assassination potential. Whenever you have them, these types of champions meet up as well, the game can snowball super duper quickly. So let's go over some of the matchups that have already developed though. Katarina versus LeBlanc. Katarina does have a very good level 3 spike, level 3 all-in, especially if you do take Ignite, which Golden Glue is hovering right now, by the way. Huge amount of kill pressure, and LeBlanc definitely also has to be worried about that.
Well, you can see Ashe ban for FlyQuest and Malzahar ban for Team Liquid, so might be trading 2 AD carry bans on FlyQuest side for 2 support bans on Liquid side. They kind of know they have to pinch support. FlyQuest actually go for a support themselves, so Zyra will be taken off here. And then there's kind of misfortune, but you may not need her anymore with Malv and Zyra ban. You've got Karma to consider.
Varus is definitely looks like he's very important as he's up on that same tier.
Yep.
And remember that red side is the side that does get the first pick out of the second ban phase. As we've seen some variation, though, you know, for both these teams, and Piglet's been very happy to play Ezreal. Caitlyn already made her appearance as well, so might not be the Varus, and they might let her through.
Missed it.
The timing? Oh, no.
Yeah, they missed the ban, and there's the Karma.
So then I guess you do have to decide, you know, which one you're going to go for first. I guess neither of them really jumping on the Varus high priority, and Karma is the pickup after Malz and Zyra both taken off the board. It does make sense that Rise is in priority, but whoa!
There's Kalista for Piglet and maybe Thresh for Matt. They're going to go for a really old school bottom lane, but one I'm sure they're comfortable with.
Huge combo right there. Anytime you see an early Kalista, we're thinking with the follow-up Thresh, just because of the fact that it's so safe. They can both save each other. Lantern to save Kalista, and then the ultimate from Kalista to be able to save Thresh. Huge playmaking ability as well. We talked about bottom lane needing to step up. This is a bottom lane that can chase you down, that can create their own plays, especially if some high damage junglers come into the fray here. Kha'Zix and Rengar are 2 of the highest currently in the entire game, so definitely I like this option that Team Liquid are going for in the second ban phase. This very versatile, CC heavy, and escape heavy bottom lane that they're doubling up on. Meanwhile, the standard sort of escapes. Yes, it's not as flashy as Kalista and Thresh, but Ezreal and Karma have extra speed and extra gap closers.
Yeah, really safe pick there for Altec. He'll take Ezreal into battle. You mentioned you like Team Liquid's phase 2. They actually, I believe, intentionally missed the ban. So they decided, you know what, strategically, can't really think of too much here. We'll just let it go.
That is confirmed. They did not ban on purpose, trying to bait out one of the less mobile picks, but FlyQuest didn't take it. They went for their support first, and Team Liquid's trap was sprung. The Kalista Thresh reveals itself.
They only tricked me, which is actually very easy. So some credit there for Team Liquid. But again, I think strong drafts for both these teams. Lots of focus on mid and jungle. Top lane is kind of relegated back to their tank play. High and Golden Glue was pretty much the game in a lot of ways in game number 2. Reyna had a huge influence in game number 1. So we're going to start to see again the two most important champions, the two high-powered champions, are going in the roles that have kind of won each team a game. So who's going to play better here in the last one?
Exactly. I like the thinking. Get your stars the champions that they can really shine on. Golden Glue definitely needs to step up in this game, though. He does have the intended counter pick here, as he was able to try and answer the LeBlanc here from high. And he switched over to teleport, by the way. He's not going for that lane presence with the Ignite. Teleport picked up on Golden Glue.
And it's interesting. I know a lot of the pro players have been back and forth on the summoners.
Yeah.
Initially, it was teleport for Katarina because your laning phase wasn't too great. Ignite does help you all in more, which I think helps probably more in solo queue. I think it's safe here for Golden Glue to go for this. High's got exhaust as well, which makes sense.
That's the thing in the LCS, against these other pro players, it seems like it would be much harder to get those level 3 spike all-ins because they're definitely expecting it. And High himself, an assassin player, has done a lot of Katarina players. See if anybody walks into the brush. Big confrontation there. Woo!
Matt was actually smart. Played back in the brush, saw the ward go down, so Elimination walks forward, trying to surprise him, but just puts a ward down in the end. Looks like jungles aren't going to get touched either, and both jungles will start on the same side of the map. Balls, once again, will help. Moon and Lolo is going to do the same for Rainover. So early parting is going to be crucial here. Will they go mid to try and influence that lane? Because that was a kind of a volatile one last time. Or do they try and snowball one of the other lanes? And bot lane kind of looks like a good target there as well.
Bottom lane packs a lot of options. Not only is Thresh, one of the biggest things about him, Lantern saves, but Lantern gank assist, huge as well. Or even just following up. Rengar, once he hits 6, obviously can jump in himself, but pre-6 even, worry about chase down. Rainover actually going to start on the bottom side of the map with a duo lane leash, incredibly rare in pro play. Looks like there's a delayed laning show here from Lorlo as well. He didn't take damage or anything to try and really bait it, but he did wait around so that Kha'Zix will be guessing. I think that it'll be tipped off because Piglet and Matt weren't immediately in lane, and why would you do that on purpose? But you've got to keep that in the back of your mind. Lorlo also showed late, so it's a possibility.
Smart stuff there. You can see Altec elimination. They'll take the early lane here. Only one CS for Piglet right now. Matt slaps him another one, so we'll deliver that one over. The early level 2 should be here for Altec and Lemon. They'll zone for a little while longer, but Ezreal Karma's not exactly going to crush you at level 2.
Yeah, I mean, they're just looking for poke options here, right? Level 2 is achieved pretty seamlessly here for Altec elimination. Now, you just want to make CSing difficult for Piglet. Fire your skill shots through, getting a little bit of extra poke as he's trying to get this CS under his turret. Kalista, good for Piglet that the Ren does help out, but still misses quite a few of the CS under turret.
As the waves equalize, Altec's actually double Piglet CS, so we'll keep tracking that one. High, in the meantime, hit level 3, going to go in for a bit of damage. Wants the Q in, doesn't go for it. Golden Glue now level 3 as well. Matt looks for a hook, doesn't get it onto Altec. He's kind of hoping for a juke forward there, but smart play so far. Looks like Rainover's actually invaded in the meantime.
Krugs is definitely, especially on first clear, the lowest value counter jungle in my opinion. Because of all the changes to lower experience on Krugs for first clear, it actually stacks the reduced experience for the first clear that was initially there, and then when they did all the small camps, that one applies as well. But he is going to be able to get to that one. Kha'Zix is doing the same, so they're just trading down there. Or actually, Moon just went to go get extra vision. He's level 4 first, though, as Rainover has spent more time walking over to the far side of the jungle.
seen a lot of attention in this series from Moon and the bottom lane Scuttle Crab, so maybe trying to get vision around the area. Rainover though just continues jungling away. Moon is going to find again his jungle's empty, so Rainover kind of like game one, really working over Moon as far as early pathing's going. It's
and remember, it's just I believe that Moon cleared out his own Raptors, so I believe it's just the one camp,
yes,
Krug's camp, which is reduced. You may be thrown off by inflated CS numbers a lot this season, by the way, because Krugs and Raptors contain so many small monsters, but Rainover did get a slight lead from the counter jungling. Moon now, though, has more time to work around, pop a couple of these plants, and no lanes open for ganking, though, so looks like Rainover will take that cash all the way to the shopkeeper.
Yeah, early TP there from Golden Glue. Back to lane, got himself a null magic mantle. That's kind of the only thing, and restocked his refillable potion. So he's expecting to eat a lot of early damage. High in the meantime, got that early lost chapter and a control word for himself. So that's actually a really strong early buy. We'll see if he can, again, High, we're looking at him to try and win his lane again. He's in a good position to do so, but Golden Glue being even on CS is nice at this point.
Yeah, I mean, when you take the teleport in the mid lane, that is one of the bonuses. Yeah, you don't have your combat summoner for all-inning and looking for a kill, right, for the early game. But in the early game, your first teleport, almost 100%, use that for yourself, for selfish reasons, getting back to lane. So, you know, pushing up there on Katarina, you do take a lot of harass early. And that first teleport used to get back to lane with your nice purchase. Your refillable potion is also boosted in effectiveness by your Dark Seal. So Katarina feeling pretty good at the moment. And LeBlanc now actually comfortably holding that minion wave in front of the turret, daring Golden Glue to step up.
Ooh, Altec grabbed in there by Matt, but damage is going to come in. Rainover's here as well. That's actually great. Landed the flash out. There's the heal as well. Lemon also gets himself out of there. Rain going to do some extra damage. Great pressure from Rainover. All four summoners down.
I mean, great hook from Matt to start that up. If it wasn't for that, that was really no action. And they take that opportunity. Let's see if Ahai goes in for the delayed burst. Not going to happen. But yeah, you know, Matt does land his hook, flies in Rainover, and they get a little bit of extra damage, but mainly shove out the wave so they can go for their first purchase.
Moon looking top lane potentially. Did hit the crab once, but actually wants a bit more information. No camps on this side right now, but he's going to do what he can.
And it really feels like Moon's wandering, right? Rainover, very clear. Beeline, camp, camp, camp. Oh, very quick gank here just because Matt landed a hook. Okay, I'm in the area. We'll get a little bit of aggression. Even though he revealed himself, he had already cleared that top side. Doesn't give up anything for his gank. And he's really been tracking Moon quite well. So Rainover really off to a good start here. Gonna get to that level 6 probably a little bit earlier, which definitely does matter in this matchup, you know, with the hunt between Kha'Zix and Rengar. You know, whoever is able to get to their ultimate first and either get the evolution or get that first invisible gank off.
It was nice from Golden Glue. High actually missed his chain. Golden Glue immediately went in for a bit of extra harass, so High gonna have to drink charges of his potion. Should be okay though, as Moon gonna take this red buff away from himself. Level 6 up for Rainover as well, so might be looking for a gank.
Definitely true. It's also worth saying, you know, as much as we compliment Rainover, Matt, who's making an appearance mid right now, is doing a lot of warding himself. So the extra information that Rainover has to work with really helps out with sticking to that efficient route of farming and tracking the enemy jungler. Matt has made a nice circle here, moves up the river, gets the first semi-deep line of wards, which makes the next incursion into the enemy jungler a lot safer, and then returns right back to lane. No problem for Piglet. He's been able to, you know, catch right back up in CS, considering they leashed for their jungler pretty hard.
Yep, I like the coverage from Matt as well towards mid lane. I think it's kind of a team job to make sure your laners are safe. Golden Glue knows that there's threat in the lane, so Rainover's making sure the jungle's kept tabs with. Matt's there just in case something happens. If he gets a gank, great. Golden Glue can get a lead. And as a result, it's got a very quiet early game. High mid again, he's going to try and get aggressive. The Team Liquid, they're up a couple hundred gold here. You can see, just based on the CS numbers, where those advantages are, but all in all, it's actually very even.
Yep. Definitely true. Continuing on with the jungle pathing here, though, both of them are on the bottom side. And Rainover still has the experience lead that he's been able to accrue and slow. Oh, but their vision lead here is for FlyQuest.
I gets exhausted. That's great there from Matt. Going to play one back as Rainover trying to get a kill down. Piglet, he's going to go down first blood to Moon. Now invisible Altec over the side is High. He's trying to chase them around, gets himself Dag and Moon. Looking to go back in. Golden Glue wants to kill, but he gets shielded in by Karma. High on the left side. Stu going in. Altek takes up Golden Glue. Matt goes down. High has died, but that's a 3-for-1 win. FlyQuest.
Oh, these shields from Lemon Nation just barely keep Moon alive. Golden Glue is dead in the backline there. 1v3, can't get his kill to reset. And even though Team Liquid do section off the kill on High finally, you know, LeBlanc's so slippery, but it's definitely not working for them. I mean, this collapse from FlyQuest, they lead into the jungle and all in on Piglet, right to the back line. Can't save, Matt can't save Piglet if they're right next to each other. The distance that you gain from the Lantern is really the defensive capabilities. And here it is, you know, in the back line, Golden Glue can't finish off Moon, so can't escape. And even though Team Liquid, the 3-man squad on the other side, was able to kill High, the extra kills here for FlyQuest definitely give them a big boost.
Certainly do. And you can see up almost 1,000 gold as a result.
Yeah, and a lot of that gold is on Piglet. Altek, excuse me. Altek, because the Ezreal, you know, getting up to that Trinity Force earlier is going to be a very nice mid-game spike for them. Tier's already stacking, so they're pretty happy with that bottom lane skirmish. Still a lot of pink wards down there for Team Liquid, though. So maybe there won't be more aggression from FlyQuest in that area anytime soon. Matt fishing for hooks, though.
Good blink out from Altek and High. I like that he was going towards that top lane, starting to roam a little bit more. Should have the push advantage here, given the lead he's got. Gonna just shove this wave out awfully quickly. Doesn't quite get them all, unfortunately. Still kind of working in towards that first major item in the Morellonomicon. Doesn't have blue buff. Moon actually took it. I thought he maybe High was going over to check for the blue towards the TL side of the jungle. But again, the fact that he's more active, sure, it's not the same Corki game that he was showing us in game 2, but High's style has always been to get out of lane and roam, and once he's ahead, continue shot calling aggressively.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about decisiveness of the whole team, jumping on that bottom lane play.
High looking for something, actually, does land the Q in. Doesn't have his ultimate though, so can't do too much. Sky's Loom is nice, actually, just to try and get a bit of extra vision. Good presence of mind there from High. Bottom lane though, dive's coming. Matt look for the hook. Good flash from Lemon. Altek right behind the minion. Should be okay, but here comes Rainer. Lifting onto Lemon Nation. Misses the ball and misses it on Altek as well, who blinks out of the way with the flash. But Matt is going to land the hook, but Altek's going to get the kill. Rainer looking to go down as well. Good run from Piglet, but Karma slays Rengar in the back end of the fight. Now Balls with the flash going to try and lock it down, and Piglet's got nowhere to go. Moon, he's here as well. Piglet's going to try and take out Lemon Nation, but Fly Balls going to get it instead.
5 balls with the teleport in, gets the kill. I mean, that was diving 2 turrets deep. Yeah, you have so much CC, and yeah, you have the jungler advantage on the bottom side, but they take so long to do it. FlyQuest are going to be able to push up bottom lane, take this Cloud Drake, and even though top side is overloaded with Team Liquid members that are getting a lot of work done there, definitely overextending is Team Liquid into the FlyQuest territory.
Moon's going to take that Drake for himself. Looks like High makes it into top lane turret range to make sure that stays alive. And again, always keeping tabs on it as Team Liquid really wanted something here.
All right, let's take another look at this because the Rengar ultimate does reveal itself really long range now. So Rainover popped it early to get the early move speed, but they already knew it was coming. Matt was moving up, and this hook into the turret range means he goes down. Yeah, Piglet is going to be able to finish it off with the rend, but Rainover takes another shot of the turret as well on the exit, and Balls was able to move away so that he could teleport into this. Means that there's no escape for Piglet, and they get a bunch back for themselves. All that being said, though, 1,000 gold is not insurmountable.
Oh, good hook from Matt, but High can still keep going. Use the ulti already, faking actually that Piglet's there, and he is now finally around. High again will use the Scry's Bloom, take that plant away. Rainover looking for someone yet. Pop the ulti onto Moon, but gets exhausted. Damage in, True Chopper Rogers enough, now High straight into action. Piglet's out of position, they want to take him down. That's a kill for High again. FlyQuest, so good together.
Whew, yeah, Rainover jumps right into the whole squad there and maybe takes 400 HP off the Kha'Zix by himself and cost him his entire life. Definitely ill-advised jumped there, and FlyQuest, if they weren't rolling after that last overextension, that last really long chase, this thing is going to open the floodgates. Mid-turret going down opens up the map tremendously.
It's one of the things that Ezreal is surprisingly good at, is taking turrets with the help from his W attack speed. Golden Glue going to try and stop it. Ulti's out. Just need a little bit more. Elimination commits. That's a little too much. Backdoor armor kicking in, and they'll have to give it up. But FlyQuest, it's just a stiff breeze away from going down, and they're happy with that.
Yeah, High working up on the top side. Running out of mana, so it's going to take him a while as well. Just a few little weak autos. I don't know if he'll get it before Piglet gets here. Minions are helping a lot, but I think you might have to respect the pressure that the rest of the team could apply. And yeah, ends up backing off, can't commit to it. No extra AD around. And the first turret gold is still on the table. And whoever gets that will have a pretty big jump right back into this game.
Elimination at it again, sticking together with High. Unfortunately, no Malzahar ulti, but there's that first turret goal for Altec. They do stay to make sure they take it. That's a good amount of gold into the 4-1-3 Ezreal that's going for that Trinity Force build. Altec is set up to carry here.
Definitely true. We'll see if the, yeah, definitely going for the Infinity Edge. Or I mean, not the Infinity Edge, the Trinity Force. There it is, completed at 1430. Pretty quick. Oh, on top of Lucidity Boots as well. This means that FlyQuest have so much power with which to force. Balls doesn't have his teleport quite yet, but it's also coming off cooldown before Lorlos. So this could very well be FlyQuest taking the initiative. I would definitely want to force the fight around Altec. Reignover knows this. So Reignover, as you say, you know, he's usually one step ahead as far as planning out the game. Has moved up there, and he's trying to force them off the turret.
There's actually 4 top already, so Team Liquid looking for a trade here. They should be able to take the turret down, and will do so. No bonus gold, but not too bad. And looks like FlyQuest aren't quite in position to punish here. They're looking for bottom outer, moving only 2 down, but I think Lolo can defend this by himself.
Yeah, problem here is they're both melee, and there is an option for a dodge, but Lorlo very tanky on Nautilus. Can do AoE as well.
Knocks up Moon actually, and now Golden Glue's down here. Great teleport in. Balls should die here. Golden Glue gets one. Now the reset looks for Moon, but he gets away High down here as well. The rest of FlyQuest are trying to answer. Golden Glue should be the target, but Lolo's low as well. Elimination takes the first one. Exhausting onto Golden Glue. He turns it back around, but it's not quite enough. TL a little late to the party, and it's a trade.
I think that FlyQuest also jumped the gun there. Yeah, you know, they did have reinforcements coming, so they could have just waited a little bit there. And Balls and Moon do get a little bit aggressive. Lorlo chunks him down for Golden Glue. In the end, it is that 1-for-1, but a little bit messy on the execution there. I think with the lead that they had, could have been cleaner.
And trying to actually stay in the brush here. Objective's up in 1:45, so they have enough time to maybe make a play, but Team Liquid don't overextend. Altec and Elimination will stay in the lane because they're actually relatively healthy. And Altec knows he's very strong on the Ezreal at this point of the game, so he'll stick around, do what damage he can.
All right, let's take a look at this again. Yeah, I mean, the mid lane aren't moving down until they go for this dive, so actually it's just, yeah, very poorly conceived move from Moon and Balls. As I was saying, you know, Nautilus, not only is he super tanky, he's got AoE burn and a lot of extra magic damage. In the end, though, they had such a lead that was mid lane. They started roaming from the mid lane as soon as the dive started, so they come in, they clean up the scraps, they do get the kill onto the Katarina, you know, and stop any extra gold going into Katarina, which is very important here in the mid game as Golden Glue's CS is really suffering.
Yeah, and you can see High is trying to snowball again, looking for Lolo, gets him with the distortion chain, lands point blank. Lolo gets away to the wall, snared at the end, but not too bad. The turret that he was working on earlier, though, is now taken down, and this game is much closer in goal, but High feels like he's starting to exert his pressure once again on the map.
Yep, Team Liquid doing their best to respond here, should be able to get one, and the best thing you want to do when you are behind like that, just trade the turret. The brute force fights not really in your favor at the moment, especially considering Golden Glue summonerless now on Katarina. It makes it really a lot more difficult to pull off those big flashy plays that everyone looks for with Katarina to get the resets and get the multiple executions. He also has yet to complete the Gunblade for the extra burst damage there with the active, so still working up. They need to coddle their Katarina a little bit longer before they can really try and force one of those. And even when he does get to that point, avoiding a Maokai as a Katarina is incredibly annoying. Balls, that might be his first line of duty.
Well, there's Ocean Drake over to FlyQuest as well, so 2,000 gold up and 2 Drakes up with a Cloud and the Ocean they just picked up. Again, it's pretty slim, but FlyQuest are doing a good job maintaining the initiative they have in this game and taking what they can. High gets over the wall, good chain onto Reina, but he couldn't follow him. And Moon's actually lying in wait as well. Altec working on the bottom outer turret. Love the coverage here from FlyQuest. Again, They're trading, but they're trading faster.
Oh, Moon super aggressive here.
Invisible, great hook from Matt. Gets him blind. Rainover, though, gets exhausted, and now Piglet's going to be called Matt back in. Balso has joined the fray as well, looking for his own flank. Rainover onto Moon, takes him down. Lemonade got as well, but outside look for him. Ball, he's going massive, ties him up 1v4, but it's not enough, and High finally joins the fray, looks for Lawler, but the ulti knocks up Altac and Elimination. Hook's going to land. Altac does get himself over the wall.
Super aggro from Moon there, jumping in. We talked so much about the importance of a Thresh Kalista combo, is that they can save each other so easily. Moon jumps headfirst in on the Kha'Zix, pretty risky, and they have to use a lot to get him out. Because of the collapse there from Lorlo, even him using that much to get out cost them in the team fight. 2 members going down, and a big opening here for Team Liquid. Definitely much needed.
Yeah, Gold League cut in half, actually. Team Liquid now only 1,000 gold behind. Golden Glue with that Gunblade ready to go. And some purchases from FlyQuest will now happen. They'll spend the gold they've been building up. But TL, again, very close. We'll watch this again. Moon just wanted it too much.
Look at the vision as well that Moon is working with. It's not like they have the vision on the red quadrant, so pretty good moves here. Piglet, he flashes away from High. At the same time, he ults in Matt. Matt leaves this lantern for Rainover. He hops over and grabs it. It all looks so smooth. Meanwhile, Lorlo's over there tanking up on Nautilus and trying to hold them in place to grab another kill. Does get his ultimate on him. But man, yeah, very well played. And Piglet and Matt using everything at their disposal to survive that one and turn around a couple kills. It did cost them all their summoners as well, but you know, Altac had to use that heal as well. So definitely a good fight for Team Liquid. We'll have to see what the next move does look like, though, because vision is scarce for both teams actually in this game.
High's clone has been spotted on the wall, but now actual High will be spotted, so I think TL's going to get really confused there. FlyQuest, though, trying to get this push going. Look to pressure onto the top and mid lanes. Golden Glue is bottom right now with his teleport applying pressure, so see where FlyQuest want to go next.
Yeah, they're looking for the counterplay. Teleport is coming in, but it's too late.
That's a kill already. Piglet dies off screen.
Those summoners we talked about, Matt and Piglet both blew all of them in the last play.
That's another kill. It's just disaster right now. Rainover diving back in as well. That's ill-advised. Can't be disabled. Nice W off of the chain. But Team Liquid lose 2 just as easily as FlyQuest just did. Moon going to get hooked up by Lorlo, but there's no follow-up.
Yeah, Lorlo can go 1 into 4 just because Colossus and Nautilus, giant shield stacking there, so wasn't punished at all, but also didn't get too much harassed down. That means the duo down. I think this tower is forfeit, and Team Liquid just have to watch it go down.
It is, and the gold is starting to go again for FlyQuest. 3,000 gold up now, and Golden Glue did commit his teleport, but couldn't make a play in the team fight with how Team Liquid had it set up.
Yeah, Piglet got bursted down too quickly there. If we look at the replay, I think it was too far from Matt, not in range for the Lantern this time around, so no summoners on Kalista, easy pickings for High, and he was able to pick that kill up. Meanwhile, though, answer push here from Team Liquid coming down mid.
This is like the 3rd time we've seen in the last few minutes where they've tried this, but FlyQuest have diligently been keeping members in the mid lane. Altac especially, because he's quite fed in this game, is able to relatively simply clear the waves with his ultimate, and now High's back to kind of trade it in. Piglet again, looking to go down, almost a 3-shot. Needed that chain to land to kill him, but Piglet, you can see how much hurt he's taking right now from the 2-item LeBlanc.
Yeah, he is feeling the pain here. And High center stage once again for the squad. Getting a lot of good chunk damage down for himself. Classic LeBlanc player now, just moving into some Fog of War, some bush plays. Hopefully someone unsuspecting walks through. They did get a few deep wards there, though, as you got to see during the toggle, but that's a very small, concentrated area of the map. Other than that, Team Liquid really working with a dark map here. And this was over a ward. And look at that distance that High covers. Just absolutely annihilates Piglet. Matt really has to be right within Lantern range for him to react, because there was no time there. Really good opportunity there for High, though. We mentioned the double summoners that were blown by both of them in that team fight, and he definitely punishes those.
Break up in a minute. TL are still kind of predictably going for this mid outer. They do need it, like it makes sense, but FlyQuest can read this every time because it's such a almost a forced move, and it seems like they're just, again, getting vision where they need it, round the Baron, round the Drake that's up in 50 seconds, getting their items, and ready to force a big fight to really snowball this game.
And the thing is, Team Liquid have a terrible sieging comp, so them moving while everyone on the enemy team is up, towards the turret, doesn't get much except for, pushing in a minion wave, because their siege is definitely very risky. So Team Liquid would much rather have a fight in open ground where they get to use all these movement abilities and try and create space for this Katarina like we're talking about. Nautilus ultimate is guaranteed, Lorlo on the front line, and then the Piglet Mac combo trying to lock up targets for Golden Glue to take out, but they haven't really been able to get that. FlyQuest have had the initiation for the most part, and they've been able to secure a lot of the vision as well. So Team Liquid working off a pretty dark map.
Golden Glue also back to split pushing in the top lane this time. It is nice that it'll get a lot of farm, but FlyQuest can see him and make a quick, decisive play, kind of like this one actually.
Teleporting in now.
Off red buff.
They're going to go for it. This is the team fight.
They don't want to back away. They actually take the turret. Bit of a misstep perhaps. FlyQuest just going to commit for it, but it's actually out of position already. Lower the target. Moon in the back. Actually, Rainover tries to jump in on them. Piglet's doing what damage he can, but Altek takes out Golden Glue already. Rainover is going to flash, but he'll die to Moon. And Ball's tying up the backline. Good hook there, but Piglet's just taking too much damage. Rend is there, but it's not enough for the kill. There's the double now looking for Matt. That's the fourth kill of this fight as Lorlo, the only one left alive for Team Liquid. FlyQuest just break it all open, and there's an ace.
FlyQuest just too tightly knit there. They stay in the 5-man pack. They immediately focus fire down Golden Glue when he jumps in on the Katarina, and they take out the main threat. And that's going to be the fight to win the game, Pastry.
They're going to go for it at least 10 seconds till everyone else is up. And there's one turret looking for the second now. It's FlyQuest in 25 minutes. Dash Team Liquid's hope of a perfect start to the season against all odds. One of your undefeated teams in the LCS spring is FlyQuest.
Look at the smiles there. All these guys returning to the LCS after visiting Challenger. Moon really recently added to the team after contracts moved up to the main Cloud9 roster. And yep, they start out 2-0 in their series record.
And you know what? We might have said against Envy, especially a weakened Envy, maybe a foregone conclusion. We did see some struggles, but beating Team Liquid, who looked in form versus CLG in their first series, that's a big statement, and so much credit to everyone for stepping up. But if there's one thing we can say about High, it doesn't matter how long it's been since he's played competitively, that man has not lost the magic, not at all.
Definitely true. Definitely true. Yeah, still having fun there as well. Yeah, I mean, Team Liquid, there were definitely some struggles. Lorlo looked great in game number 1, but they just couldn't put it together when he was on a tank, and the rest of the squad had to, really be the initiation, had to be the victory plan here, because they're going with, we have to control neutral objectives, we have to team fight, because Kalista and Katarina can't siege at all, and your options for the mid stages of the game really limited. If you don't get off to an early start, then it's going to be very difficult. And even though Rainover has this good game plan, when he's not on the Rek'Sai and the Olaf, it just doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, again, a team that's still kind of fighting their synergy together, which I think is a lot of why FlyQuest are off to such a good start. 3 of those players have been playing together forever. They had all of challenges to go through. It's a new team full of veterans, which is kind of the hilarious thing. But the synergy is showing. You said it in those fights. They just look so tightly knit.
Yeah, really sticking together there as well. The thing about playing with High, and you can hear it when he streams with people, if you ever get to queue with him, he's so vocal that you just automatically comply with the things that he's shouting out. He'll even tell people positioning for team fights or abilities to use and stuff, and it makes you feel at ease, kind of, even in a very chaotic team fight. So the clear direction of any team that he's on is really evident in their play, and that's why people always talk about, oh, this team, no hesitation in any of the choices that they're going for. It's because leaders like that are actually pretty rare.
Yeah, and you can hear it in the sound bites we get when there's replays and Heist comes out. He's constantly calling out targets, constantly saying what to do next, even when he's dead. You know, he's making sure that
especially when he's dead, because then he doesn't have to do anything.
That's how I feel. It's all
exactly.
Stop pinging people.
Don't worry, guys. I died on purpose. Now I can shot call. All right. Yeah, but
I didn't have to actually use the mouse and keyboard. I'd be a great League of Legends player.
Honestly, though, as far as the league overall as well, I felt like coming into this season, we have had a pretty big movement towards the center as far as the power for teams, because, you know, Team Liquid, they made some upgrades, but TSM, they lost Double Lift. Immortals, they lost Reignover and Huni, so the top end kind of came in, and then a lot of the bottom teams actually made improvements. So pretty chaotic here.
Certainly
towards the middle of the squad.
It has been a fun week, but we are going to send it over to the stage where Zyrene is standing by with FlyQuest Jungler.